Hi there. Thought I'd give a bit of an update. It's been quite a few months since I've recorded anything. Um, I've been busy with university, and I got demonetized because I didn't have enough views and subscribers for YouTube's liking, which kind of pissed me off. So anyway, I concentrated more on my schoolwork for now, and anyway, new term started, only in 3 days a week, so I have more time to devote to my projects. So I have been looking at Z80 projects for a while. I did leave off with this one. This is the one that was documented in the videos and on my website. After that, I actually moved on to a second one, which I haven't really documented. Initial idea was to have a backplane with the Z80 processor and the clock on it, and have plug-in cards to go in. First thing I had was this card. Those are connected to address A11 to A15. Put it in just right. Basically, it ties all the data lines to ground to give NOPs, and basically gets the processor counting through its sequence in order to to go all the way through the address bus, showing that the clock is working with the address lines. Then I moved on to a ROM and RAM card like this, with address decoding. It's got it written down on the addresses, and this basically plugs into any of those, as well as an adapter to go into my logic analyzer. Now, I didn't really spend much time on this. It was quite an interesting project. I did like it. Oops, I just dropped it. It is very similar to the RC 2014 or 2016 project. I can't remember what it is now, but I wasn't aware of that at the time. Probably would have considered using the standard if I had. It's cheap and easy to get connectors. It's quite good. I was considering seeing if I could use this as a basis for some projects to do with my my computer science degree in a later year, but yeah, I'm not really sure about that. So that brings me on to my current project. Now, I've dubbed this the M62 module connection. It consists of the this is basically the 8-bit ISA plus old motherboards that I run around. That's what I was aiming for, and basically the processor is now on a card with its clock and Schmidt triggers for the reset lines, as well as a front panel card. Not too happy with this one just yet. For a start, I put the bloody lights in the wrong way around. So A0's here rather than over here, and D0's here rather than here, so it's flipped. But it's supposed to be like the MSI or an Altair type front panel. Now, I have other system working. These are all pull down, so if I don't don't have anything set, the whole thing will count through the address space. Now, I've incorporated a circuit to allow me to single step. So that's in run mode, that's in step mode, and then when I toggle this, it steps. I did originally breadboard it. It's weird, on the original breadboard, when I pushed the button in, it stepped. When I let go, it stepped. So now for this, I have to go forward and back for it to make it step. Otherwise I would have put a button on it, but I know that would work. Anyway, the reset button works on here. Now, there is a examine and deposit buttons, which are supposed to, the switch here will put the system into bus request mode. The Z80, which high impedance is all the buses on the chip. And this light here is a bus acknowledge, so this will light up when it's when the process has relinquished control of the bus. Well, the idea is these buttons, the examine will read the data to read the data out here for whatever address set, and the deposit will read the data whatever's set into the memory on the chip. That's not working. I believe that's a timing issue. As you can see, these cards are made by gluing edge connectors and soldering onto them. If you look carefully here, then we'll see it's a Sega. Yes, I've been taking Genesis cartridges apart. I ordered a bunch of switches for the front panel. They're not arrived yet, but when they do, I'm rebuilding this one. Anyway, so those are taken off an old, is it 486 motherboard, maybe? Yeah. As you can see, they're not the best quality. Some of them are greened a bit. Some corrosion on there, so it might be part of my problem. And I wired them all up. And basically they just, processor card goes in, card goes in. That's how it is right now. I am working on a memory card for it. So I've made up a blank little power LED here. It's not connected yet, but you notice the edge connector I used doesn't have all the pins, so I peeled traces off an old circuit board and I super glued them down. Seems to be okay. One come up a little bit here, but it works. That one side has it all on, so. But anyway, while what did I do? Oh yeah. But one thing, the Genesis cartridges, these are 64 connections, so I had to file one down. But anyway, while taking part a Genesis cartridge, I realised that one has a memory on it. The ROM was originally here, and these two are actually over here. If I'd have thought about it at the time, I would have left them in there and then just rewired them. So basically I hacked the traces out, and this is now a memory card. And so I've been testing it with this, and I've not had any luck at all. But while probing the data pins with my meter, I've been getting some weird voltages, so I don't think my connections are too good. Yeah, but I think the circuitry for the examiner and that is just it's not very good, so I'm going to remove that a little bit. And I will rebuild another one of these once I can. Crystals. Did I put it? Ah, yes. Now, I ordered edge connectors from DigiKey, and I'm not going to solder these to these boards because I have designed a circuit board, a nice version of this. It has space for 4 slots, and it has a space for like pin headers or whatever either side corresponding to the lines, so I can daisy chain the boards. And I had it made. I teach studio, so I can get 10 of them for about, what was it, $30 or something? What was it? I can't remember now. But I had room to put 7805 and a 7812 circuitry on here, so I can do an external power in and power the 12 and 5 volt lines, which is it's going to be good. Get it all in, and also I had a second set of boards made, which consists of the edge connectors, all brought out to like a pin header type, you know, the holes, dual inline holes, and there's like 4 or 5 of them on each 10 centimeter. Yeah, there's 4 on each 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter board, with all the connections labeled. So all I have to do is just cut them and then glue them onto these boards, which I do have some still. Yeah, I have some of these ones, the power lines on it, which are nice. I've got a few left of these. I ordered 50 of these, another 10 of these on eBay. So when they arrive, I'll be attaching edge connectors when I get them. And that'll make for an interesting computer. I'm going to be prototyping the boards like that for a while, and then eventually, when I'm happy with individual cards, like the processor card, I'll get it made into a proper card, and yeah, that'll be fun. So yeah, that's basically what I've been doing recently, and all the designs for this new computer will be available online. I have actually started documenting it a bit on my website, 39k.ca, but there's a new section to the site that's private right now that I'm compiling in information into a nice page, and that will be uploaded soon, or made public soon. Yeah, I hope it's of interest to anyone. It's currently based around the Z80 system, but I would like eventually to be able to use the 6800. This camera's not that good, is it? This is the webcam on my laptop. That's old Z80. And I got a 6502. I got some of them. Yeah, I would like it to be interchangeable so they could work on those. But that's something we'll work to as we develop. But for now, I'm going to be slowly working on it. I'm going to be working on doing the memory examiner deposit circuitry I might start it on this board, and this board will eventually have connectors for the LEDs and the switches, because I ordered a pile of switches for the front panel, toggle switches from eBay. So, you know, if I can get the examiner and deposit working on here, then I'll just do that. This will take over. But yeah, I'll see if I can get it hooked up. Anyway, the current setup I moved down to my old lab, because it's coming warm here in Canada, and my old lab's up in the attic, which is too bloody hot. So let's see, this is going to switch nicely. So this is basically how I'm going to be filming my videos. Maybe I should have set this up beforehand. I have had a few other little projects on the go as well. It's just, this is my main one. Last year I took my VIC-20, just back there, I can't show it right now, and I desoldered all the main chips off it with one of these, not this one. The company I worked for when I was living in Waterloo, they had one. They actually had it on loan as a test unit, and I used it to take my VIC-20 chips off, and I put them in anti-static bags and just taped up the case, and I kind of left it. I recently dug it out of a box from when I moved back, and I completed it. Ooh. Get that to 5 volts. Okay, so we'll put the processor card in. I'm going to have to prop it up so you can see. Yeah, I've not finished tidying up in here, so it's the angle on this is awful. And this one. You know what? Before I get up and running, I'm gonna snip these bloody lines. I've just disabled the examine deposit circuitry because it's going to interfere with the board. Okay, that does look weird, but the benefits is you'll see the address bus in the right orientation. Okay, so all these switches are open. They're all pulled down, so the volts 000. We're in mode, so we'll turn it on. Right, now that is counting through the address space really fast, so I will stick that into stop mode, and then we'll step. It's a bit consistent at times, but I think that's just due to the bad connections. But you can see it's counting up for the address every time I toggle the switch. Imagine this all on the front panel. And the reset button works fine too. How does it do that? Yeah, I think it's because I'm wobbling the card while I'm counting. It's the connections are not very good. So let's continue it around. Drop the bloody thing. Yeah, look, it's a random number generator. That is pretty nice. So turn the light off, see what it looks like. Ooh, like that. Come on, focus. Christmas light. So let's turn that off. Okay, so that's basically what I've been working on. I do intend to do a proper video on that. This is just a quick going over it, just to say what's what. But yeah. So I haven't put any videos up for a while, but I hope to make up for it with way more in-depth videos. Just talks about, you know, the clock circuitry, which I have spoke a little bit about it, but I want to show some more variations, some cleaner designs, and maybe some clock division circuits. Then I've got about reset circuits, cleaner ones than the ones I did with the other one. I think that was a big problem with that. Yeah, and we'll work up and build bits as we go along. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave off here now, and thanks for watching, and hopefully get some more coming out soon. Okay, goodbye.